different things affect it. I mean, flow state is super popular. It's a bit of a buzzword at the moment, and it's something, anything that you've done long enough, repetitively enough, you can hit that flow state because, you're thinking muscle memory, bit of a misnomer. It's your brain forging those pathways and getting really good at using them.
Yeah.
But your body can do it without you necessarily having to think about it. But it depends on your headspace again. If you're in your head and you're thinking about something that's happened all that day, it's a lot harder to reach that kind of flow state. If you're kind of more relaxed, if you've settled out your breathing, your heart rate's come down, there's nothing really dragging on you from the rest of the day, it's a lot easier to hit it. So for me, doing kata, which is an element of karate, it's one of the three main elements. It's a series of kind of like set movements that go together. That for me is the easiest way for me to reach flow state. I've done them so many times, I don't necessarily have to think about them. I do different versions of some of them now, and some of them do take more thinking. If I'm doing the version I'm less familiar with, I don't really hit that kind of like flow state or that no mind state. But the ones that I've done for ages, that gives me a release. And I like that. I will train it in my own time, outside of anything and everything, because it's a set series of movements that I've done so many times that if I need to work, if I need to exercise, and I don't want to think about it, and I don't want to feel like every break I'm taking, I've got to go and look at my phone, that's what I'll go to. And I think it's interesting that you say when you're training, you're struggling to find that headspace recently, because you're training on your own and you're kind of accountable to yourself and your phone is right there.
Yeah, and it's my environment where I am. I'm literally in my workplace.
Yeah. Environment plays a massive, massive part. And I think that's why a lot of people do find a flow state in a martial arts class, because it's a class, same as they would in a class at a gym. They're not the instructor, they're not looking at the time, they're just doing what they're being told to do. There's no, especially with traditional martial arts, you're not checking your phone. No. Absolutely no way. You won't be allowed to unless you're on call, really, for most dojos. So you can forget about it, because anything that happens with it, well, you don't need to look at it for the next 45 minutes, hour and a half. Who cares? And that takes it off of your mind. You don't need to worry about it anymore. You're not thinking about it anymore. You can think about what you're doing. You've done it so many times, maybe you don't need to think about what you're doing. Maybe you can just relax and do it.